Hello and welcome to Wisdom Bites. Hope you're well. Thank you once again for joining us. Very much appreciated. And in today's short video, I'm going to be going through the impact of the FOMC meeting yesterday and how it's impacted on the markets and why that should only be a short-term impact. I'll also have a look at the monthly close on the Bitcoin price. And as per usual, have a look at the 60-day cycle to tell us exactly which direction the market is heading. So if that sounds interesting, then you know what to do. Get yourself a cup of tea, sit yourself down, eyes on the screen, and let's get cracking. But before I begin, the usual polite reminder, please remember everything in my videos is just for educational purposes, so always please do your wider research before you make any investment decisions or any swing trade decisions. So I'm going to start off with the topic of the day from yesterday, that's the FOMC meeting, and I'm going to show you the impact that Mr. Powell, he doesn't even realize how powerful he is, but he's definitely a man who can move the markets with every single word that he says. So this was the impact of the decision by the FOMC to keep the interest rates on hold. But not only that, they had to spice it up by making sure that they were going to dash everyone's hopes of a rate cut in March. And this is exactly what it did to the Bitcoin price. It stumbled just after the decision. And if you want proof of that stumbling of the price, we can go on the 5-minute chart for Bitcoin. This red line designates the decision to keep the interest rates on hold, and this is when Mr. Powell stopped speaking. And this is the anticipation for that meeting, hoping for some news about March 2024 cuts in interest rates. But as we got to the decision here, you can see that anticipation was starting to wane, and the decision itself at exactly this candle caused the markets to go down. And at this point, Mr. Powell started speaking, and there was hope, and those hopes were dashed all the way down here. And then he must have said something very positive here because the markets went up. But then he dashed them one more time, and here we go, all the way down. And you can see the impact of all that to the current share price. We've just been tumbling all the way down, and this is where we are now. So as you can see, Mr. Powell has an amazing power over the markets here. Well, in the short term anyway, because as savvy investors, we don't follow the 5-minute chart, because what we have to do is we have to zoom out and look at the bigger picture and see exactly where the market is going. And it's definitely not the short-term picture for those who want to hang on every single word that Mr. Powell said. Let's zoom out and have a look at the proper picture. You may well be surprised and shocked that it's a completely different picture to what was going on in the 5-minute chart yesterday. So this was the monthly close last night with the Bitcoin price. And what we've really got is we've got a long wick at the top and a slightly smaller wick, but still quite a long wick at the bottom. So what it's really saying is that we have a rejection of low prices and we have a rejection of higher prices. And the bears and the bulls are just fighting it out in the middle somewhere here. So this can quite easily go to the upside, or it can easily go to the downside. There's no clear direction from this candle alone. And if we zoom out a little bit more, we can see that this particular candle is very similar to what we got down here. And look what happened after that. The following month, we went up here. Yes, we went a little bit lower as well. So that's why this is an indecision candle. So yes, we can come back down here, retest the 40 or even the 38 before moving up to the upside. And if we move to the weekly chart, so this seems to be the best chart of the lot in determining the direction of travel for the Bitcoin price. Because what we're doing is establishing a particular pattern which seems to be giving a high probability of carving out the direction for Bitcoin. Because when you look down here, we got a bull flag and we consolidated in the top third of that big rally here. Then we moved back up again and had another bull flag. And once again, we consolidated mostly in the top third of that move. So that was 2 out of 2. And this one was a failed cycle that we had here, where we came back and retested the 25.2. So that's 2 out of 3. And now we've got an even bigger bull flag here. And we're consolidating in the top third one more time. So is it going to be 3 out of 4 or is it going to be 2 out of 4? The probability would be that this is going to go to the upside because it seems to be a continuation pattern. And to give us a little bit more clarity by using some of the exponential moving averages, we can see that the 8 EMA, we are finding support right on there. And one of the main informations we can deduce from these averages when we find support that's strong like this is that these wicks were coming back and retesting this 8 EMA once here, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and even this can be construed as the 5th time. So what that tells us is that the bears had ample opportunity to bring the price down on this candle, this one, and this one, and they tried their best on this one here. But look what happened. It got pushed all the way back up to the 8 EMA one more time. And currently we're still grappling, but at least it's above the 8 EMA. So we're only on Thursday and there's a long wick at the top. We've still got Friday, Saturday and Sunday to see where this will be. So while it looks bearish at the moment with a long wick at the top, there's 3 more days to go before we can clarify where this wants to go. But certainly on any measure on the monthly chart and now the weekly chart, the Bitcoin price is looking incredibly bullish, I would say. And if we look at the daily chart, we can see that we're just about finding support on the 8 EMA, 21 EMA and the 34 EMA. And as long as we don't lose that on a daily candle, this still seems to be a continuation pattern to the upside here. And if we put the daily simple moving averages on there, we can see that we're currently finding support on the 21 simple moving average. And the next support is going to be down here at 40,000. And that is the key level. So when we look at the range, we'll see that we are well within the range for a move either to the upside or downside, and we are getting deeper into the 60-day cycle. So we can see that the majority of the action is at around about the 45,000 at the top here, and this level here at 40,000. And in this range, we've had one fake out to the top side and one fake out to the lower side. But on the whole, we have been maintaining a very good range in this price bracket of 45 and 40,000. So we've had ample opportunities here to go lower. We took it at this point, but then as you can see with this long wick at the bottom, and I've been mentioning this, that this may well be actually establishing a bottom for the Bitcoin price. And the fact that we've broken through here but recaptured it immediately, that usually is a sign for bullish action. So on the whole, the overview is that as long as we're within this, we can't be bullish. And as long as we're above this, we can't be bearish. So this is where the range is coming in. And because we're coming into this range from the lower side, that would be a continuation pattern to the upside. And how does that fit into the 60-day cycle, which gives us a little bit of an extra edge in terms of knowing the direction and clarity of where Bitcoin wants to go. So we're currently on day 52 of the 60-day cycle here. The cycle ends on the 9th of February. So we're getting deeper into the final part of the 60-day cycle. If in this portion of the cycle we somehow manage to get above 45, which seems very unlikely, and this candle would then mark the beginning of the new cycle, and that would be on day 43. But the most likely outcome seems to be range bound here. And then once we come into this 60-day cycle low, then that will mark the beginning of the new cycle with a move to the upside for the new cycle to begin. And those of you with a keen eye will have noticed something. This red support line, which goes all the way back here, you can see this is an incredibly strong support line all the way down here. And while we broke through it at this point, we had a bullish move to the upside by recapturing it above the line here. But unfortunately, the current candle is showing some bearish signs, but we are finding support on this 40 to 41,000 range here. So we'll see how this candle closes, but if we can manage to get above the red line one more time, then that would be a very good signal to move back towards retesting the 45. As it stands, the higher probability at the moment is to come back and retest this level at 40,000 round here. So let's see where it goes to, but Bitcoin's showing a lot of interesting signs in terms of the ranges and the direction of travel. So that was just a quick video to give you an overview from the shorter term where Mr. Powell had his 15 minutes of fame yesterday. But when we zoom out, we can see that there is a different picture emerging. So I hope you found value in the video. If you did, then please do remember to like and to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and to turn on the notification bell. If you've got any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.